Hello and welcome to a lesson Introduction to Web Programming Languages. In this lesson we will discuss what are the purposes and types of web programming languages, what is the role of client-side programming languages, what is the role of server-side programming languages, and what is the use of web development frameworks. So as a result of this lesson, you will have an overview of what are the available technologies in web development. So let's start with the purpose of web programming languages, which is to enable developers to build dynamic and interactive websites and applications. Such languages could be divided into two groups: client-side languages and server-side languages. And client-side languages are those who are executed on the client side, which means that they are executed in the web browser. And server-side languages are executed, interpreted by the server. Furthermore, web programming frameworks and libraries are used to accelerate and simplify the web development process, and we will speak separately about those web programming frameworks. So, what are the client-side web programming languages? They are interpreted by web browsers, and they include HTML, which is this standard method of developing websites, and it is a hypertext markup language used to define the structure and content of a website. So whatever you'd like to do in web development, HTML is the basis, is the most important language that you would need to learn. Then we have CSS, which are cascading style sheets. And they are used to define the appearance of HTML content, such as layout, fonts, colors, and so on. So it is important to differentiate the structure and content of the website with the style, with the appearance. And CSS is used to define the latter, the appearance of the content. And the third of the most important client-side programming languages is JavaScript. Not to confuse it with Java. JavaScript is used to add interactive elements as well as dynamic connectivity between the website and the web server. So while it is mainly used on the client side, JavaScript can also be used to make connection to web server and request content from a web server. And then we have server-side web programming languages, and they are interpreted by the web server to offer dynamic responses to users' requests. And these languages include PHP, which stands for Hypertext Preprocessor, which is used to generate HTML content as well as query and process information from databases. It is a very powerful object-oriented language that we will also discuss separately, quite commonly used in web development and in majority of the existing websites. Then we may use Python, which is very well known, high-level programming language, which can be used to develop flexible data-driven web applications and allow for the use of frameworks. So it is also used within web development frameworks. And then we have Ruby, which is used in the context of Ruby on Rails framework, and it is used for rapid web app development mainly. So you can see that there are multiple options that you can choose from when we speak about client and server-side programming languages. And then we have those web development frameworks, which are ways of providing standardized and efficient development of websites and web applications. And there are several types of such frameworks. First, we have JavaScript frameworks, such as Angular, Vue, React, which enhance capabilities of JavaScript. We have CSS frameworks, such as Bootstrap, Tailwind CSS, and Foundation. They provide ready-to-use style sheets, and therefore they streamline building layouts for websites. And there are also server-side frameworks, such as Django, Flask, or Ruby on Rails, which simplify writing, maintaining, and scaling web applications. So in contrast to JavaScript and CSS frameworks, those server-side frameworks are executed on the server. So to summarize this, web programming languages are used to create dynamic and interactive websites and web applications. Client-side languages are interpreted by web browsers and include HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Server-side languages are interpreted by web server and include PHP, Python, and Ruby. JavaScript, CSS, and server-side web development frameworks are used to standardize, enhance, and accelerate the development process. So that is the basic overview of those technologies, and we will cover each of those in more detail in the upcoming lessons. So thank you so much for now, and see you soon.